Now we're going to talk about the different aiming styles. There's typically three styles. There's instinctive, for what I shoot. There's gap, and then there's point of aim, or which is the same as gap basically, but they have different variations. What I shoot is called instinctive, the way Coach Stockton shoots to a degree. I look at my target and I know roughly where the arrow is going to hit, just because I've done it so many times shooting. Now this is it's like throwing a baseball. When I throw a baseball, I don't stop and adjust my angle. I just throw it, and my eyes and my body adjust for how far, what the angle is. So when I shoot my arrow, it's the same idea. I just shot so many times, I know about how my arrow is going to drop, hopefully into the target, into the bullseye. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot one. Okay, now I'm roughly shooting at 15 yards right now. And that wasn't too bad. Now the second one I'm going to talk about is called gap shooting or point of aim. And that's when you know at 15 yards my arrow is going to drop, 2 inches. So by doing that, I'm going to pull my arrow back and I'm going to use the tip of my arrow and just put it underneath my target, because the angle, it should shoot right in there. So at 15 yards, maybe 2 inches low, my arrow should hit in the bullseye. Now in this aspect of gap shooting, if I were to back up to 20 yards, maybe I'm going to hold 2 inches higher, and then 30 yards, 4 inches, so forth. You just have to learn, and then again you're playing with it. It's like sighting in your bow. So I'm going to go ahead and try to gap shoot. So I'm going to use the tip of my arrow at full draw and put it on my target. If it's point of aim, which means at whatever yardage, my arrow should hit straight right into the target. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to hold it just a little low. Okay, that wasn't bad. Now the last one people do, and they just use the arrow like their sights on a gun. They just look straight down the arrow and just sight it in. Boom. Now this isn't gap shooting, because gap shooting you're still playing with the angle of your eyes to the arrow. Now this, I'm going to use the whole arrow as a sight, so I'm going to try to get the arrow up higher to my eye, and I can just look right down the arrow as like sights on a gun. Now for this I'm going to use 3 under, and maybe even cheat myself a little bit, give me some more string so I can get it up higher by my eye. I'm going to have to use a different arrow.
We'll edit that later.
Now, these other styles I'm not very good. Like I said, I'm an instinctive shooter, and that means just wherever I'm at, I just roughly estimate, and my brain calculates, I need to shoot a little higher, a little lower. Now, I'm not sitting there thinking, well, I'm at 20 yards, I need to aim a little higher. I'm just thinking, hey, this is where I'm at, the target's that far, I'm pulling, I let my body adjust, and I don't overthink it. So when I overthink it is when I really shoot high or low. So we're going to try one more, and I'm going to move back to, 20 yards. It's not a real science. You just kind of know, so I'm going to move around, and I'm going to move back.